our personal wins, organizational updates, coordinative updates, and other important announcements. So we're gonna start with the personal wins as usual. So I'm going to nominate one person, and that one person is going to nominate another person. So maybe Adolf, please come and share us your personal wins.
Let me think about this week. Can't hear me? This week. Uh, I don't have something. I don't have something. Maybe it's Mr. Rambit. Mr. Rambit, can you share as your personally? Thank you.
Personally, I don't have any personal win this week, but I can celebrate that I'm still alive. Only that, let me nominate Josué.
Thank you, Numbers. And for me, my personal win this week, um, actually have none. It's more of personal losses. I think I have some losses, but I won't share them with you. But I'll just try to perform myself and become also better, and then go back to my things. But the win this week, I don't know. But I think I just did some swimming again. Uh, as usual, and I'm planning to do more, and also continue my Java courses. And yeah, I think I will nominate Joshua.
Hello everyone. Personal wins. Yeah, I'm fine and I'm doing well. I will nominate Melos.
Hi everyone. Okay, my personal win of this week is I'm getting more users this week. So my personal thank you. So that's it. I will nominate.
Okay, hi again. My personal win this week is I've started a new book called The Artist's Way. So that's a win for me, and I hope I'll complete it soon. Let me nominate. So Pascal wants Beza to share her personal wins. Is she here? Okay. Beza, can you share us your personal win? I don't see her. Okay, maybe let me give you the chance. So,
I'm just nominating, right? Okay. Since Beza decided to hide, I'd nominate Ashena Fee to share his personal win. Yeah. Actually, before Ashe goes, I would like to share my personal win. So this week I witnessed my team, Arsenal, win another London derby. Well, closer to the Premier League finally. Yeah. So that's my personal win. Thank you, everybody. So Ashe, please continue.
Okay, thank you, Pascal. For this week, my personal win, I just become consistent on my gym schedule, and that's my personal wins for this week. Maybe I'll nominate Abigail. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes,
Okay, I nominate.
Abigail. Okay, let's nominate another person. Shanaf.
Okay, what about Emre?
Okay, Emre, share us.
Thank you, Asha. I think Abigail just dropped from the call. So my personal wins for the week. Let me see. Well, team, so the pain has gone. I would say in the last 3 days, I had very minimal pain. So half of the time that I am not able to step on my left foot has passed. So yesterday marked the 3rd week of the surgery. And after 3 more weeks, I will be able to walk again. And I can't wait for that moment again. You know, I feel like a plant, partially. It's not easy not to be able to step on one of your feet. But thanks God, the recovery is going well. Other personal wins. I guess that's pretty much it for this week, team. I couldn't think of many things. It was a busy week, you know, a lot of work get done. Things are progressing. Overall, I'm happy with the progress. So hopefully, once I am more active, there will be more personal wins coming. All right.
Okay.
Who I should nominate? Somebody that we didn't hear for some time. Johannes de Gefa. If he didn't share his wins yet, Johannes, the stage is yours.
Johannes.
Okay, he is in the library. In that case, let me see. In that case, let's go with Fennet. How about Fennet?
Okay.
Fennet, you are unmuted.
Is he speaking? Okay, let's wait for him, and if not, Clement wants to volunteer to share his personal.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go with Clement.
Hi everyone. My weekly wins is that this week it has been maybe for a couple of time where I have been able to be very active coding, and it's been long. It's been long ever since I started. I've been coding actively, you know, those sleepless nights, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a very good night when you sleep, finding that you've done something. Yeah. Thank you.
Clement, actually, you reminded me a personal win by saying that, because after a long time also, I was able to start playing with some of the coding tools, AI agents like Cloud Code. I would say this has opened the Pandora's box for me. Team, this is extremely powerful. So with Team Rated, we have been scraping some data for Rated about the restaurants in Kigali. And the team worked diligently. We put a very good hard work, and we were able to index more than 100 restaurants in the span of 5 months. And Cloud Code, in a few nights, has increased that number over 1,000. Yes, you didn't hear it wrong. 5 months of a teamwork and one agent work in one night that has exceeded 10x of what we have built. So we are definitely living in different times, and it wasn't it. So I want to quickly share my screen, because you know, building CV, this is something challenging, right? Making it attractive. So I had a textual CV which I was not proud of when people asked my CV, A2S means, to see it as an example. I wasn't happy with what I was sharing. So again, with some cloud code magic, look at this, guys. It is deployed at emrevarol.com. So you can find it in many languages. I hope the translations are correct. Maybe for Kenya, Rwanda speakers. So you can check it out. Also Amharic speakers. It does pretty good job in Turkish, I have confirmed. Very good job in Turkish and Spanish. But for Kenya, Rwanda, and Amharic, I don't know that much. But team, I implemented 0 lines of code for this. So even the photos, it has selected from my photo album. You know, like it is extremely powerful. I highly recommend everybody to play out with these tools. And if you haven't built your personal website, maybe you can get started with that one. So check this out, team, and let's see how many visitors has it been. More than 100 visitors. This was live on Monday, I guess. Clement, brother, sorry, you made me feel quite excited by saying that I was able to code. So I didn't code, but I was able to play with coding tools, maybe I should say. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Let me call Mr. Joshua. Joshua, please join in. He's very. Oh, he did. Oh my God. Let me show. Yes, Joshua. He said. Oh, let me also call Dev HR. Hmm? It's been long.
Hello everyone. My personal win. I don't think it's personal win, but I've never been participating this kind of meetings within a week, and might be that's one a win. So one more thing, I understand that whatever happened, there is always a solution. It could be a fight, it could be conflict within colleagues or anything. It could be shouting with one another, but at the end of the day, there is always within communication, you can find a solution for that. So that might be a good win for me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dave, and everyone who shared us their personal wins. I think we can move to the next part, which is organizational updates, and it will be presented by Emre.
Thank you very much, Nardos. So the biggest win or update of the week, we had on Tuesday a call as the finalist of S&P Foundations, S&P Global Foundations Step Forward Challenge. And we are one of the finalists. The call went quite well. I don't know if Dr. Andre will be able to join us today. We can hear more from him. But things went well, team. So it's the last stage. Yes, Dr. Andre is here. So I will leave those impression sharing to you, Andre. Thank you very much. Next, with the PR team's great work, as you know, we are making progress with many relevant organizations. Our senior members, Oscar and John, are doing a very good job opening doors with different organizations and proceeding conversations. And the next step is creating proposals that are going to help us make things official. So these are the initial rounds of proposals. It took some time to finalize them, but in the end, we have very good copies at the moment, and 0 to 1 is completed. In the future, we have a version for international partners as well as for the local partners, and creating new ones is not going to take much time. So kudos to Biruk Melese, even for the step forward for the S&P Foundation Challenge. He was up at late night. He actually applied all the improvement suggestions we provided and made a very good job. So we were able to make a successful follow-up submission as well. GIZ proposal, as you know, on Wednesday, MENA ICT people and GIZ people had a visit to AUCA as well as our office space. This is another key partnerships that is developing, and the proposal is out. So for the batch onboardings for Escalate, we have done our part. At the same time, there is a problem with the system of the client. As a result, the third batch for the Python experts, they couldn't finish onboarding yet. They didn't have their session, And in the future, they are planning to fix the issue, and we will be able to proceed with onboarding. At the same time, for the JavaScript experts, we were able to proceed with the onboarding, and they will be active by next week. We are also going to have our official kickoff call tomorrow. And here, kudos to Mohammed. Again, with his coordination, we are able to onboard a lot of people. So at the moment, to my knowledge, total active people count has passed 30. And once we are able to add the Python experts, this is going to reach to 55. And fourth batch of expert hiring is also ongoing. We are going to close our position by Sunday. If you happen to know people who are interested and who are eligible, please make sure to promote the opportunity. A2SV Holdings, Adot, and Dime Incorporation. So team, in the structure, in the addresses and everything, things are clarified. So now we are checking out different services because different organizations provide different services with different pricing. And we don't want to make the wrong call there. Hopefully, in the next few days, Adot, Dime, and A2SV Holdings Incorporation in the US is going to be completed. So in terms of structure, A2SV Foundation, the non-profit organization, is going to be the owner of A2SV Holdings, and A2SV Holdings is going to be the owner of Adot and Dime. So when we open a project in Rwanda, when we get incorporated, that is going to be owned by the US entity. And the US entity is under A2SV Holdings. So this actually gives a very clear picture that we are looking for, which is not going to bring any legal or taxation issues in front of A2SV. And this will also make things easy to form partnerships as well as receive investment for our projects in the future. Next, we had a great review session with Ashanafi. Our one-man team at Rate It Mobile has been doing an excellent job. And to take it to the next level, we had some time to review those. And I believe there will be another review session with Biruk Melese. He's going to help us improve our look and feel in the system. And last but not least, so we conducted the interviews for 2 Escalate roles. Indeed, one of them we just closed. So we are going to make the announcement next week. I don't want to kill the buzz for that. And for the other role, we have shortlisted some pretty strong candidates, which we believe are going to be great fit. And I will be passing the list to the client later today. When it comes to plans for the next week, Adot and Dime Incorporation in the US will be completed. Escalate Incorporation in Rwanda got delayed because we have been given temporary business license, but they are waiting for the original business license. So the intermediary firm is working on getting the original business license, as quickly as possible. For the Dell Foundation grant application, we are going to have some time with Dr. Andre tomorrow. He can also share more details about that. And due to other priorities, we didn't have time on the A2SV decks. Therefore, it is also going to be completed next week. So for the 4th batch, we are going to be closing the applications on Sunday, and early next week, we will run the interviews. Contracts for the 1st batch has already been out, and for the new batches, they are prepared by Dave and shared with me, and I will be going ahead and sharing them over the weekend and early next week. The same thing for the education squad contracts and the Rwanda new hire contracts. There are a few bits and pieces I believe Dave is going to polish. For some people, it's already finished. And we want to finalize sending out all the contracts next week. This is it from the organizational end. If you have any questions or points, the stage is yours. If not, Nardos, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Emery, for the updates on the organization end. Okay, next we have updates from the Rwanda Education, and it will be presented by Amir.
Thank you very much. Our wins for this week are preparation. Obviously, we prepared lectures, which is lecture rehearsal, Then we had weekly contest for both AUCA and UR. For AUCA side, we are having more additional practice session in the pair programming on recursion and monotonicity. After that, we gave first three lecture, and we're done with that. And UR side, sorting part 1 is given, and more practice session and the monoax was there. For plans for next week, lecture rehearsals will continue, and from our side, we will give two lecture, and we will have more practice sessions on those three questions. From UR side, we will have 2 pointers lecture and practice on those 2 pointers questions. Finally, we will have a weekly contest for both UR and AUCA. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amir, for the updates on the Rwanda education. Next, we have fundraising updates, and it will be presented by Dr. Andre.
Good morning, everyone. I'm currently traveling, so I'm a little bit out of my element, but I just wanted to give a very quick update. Very first and foremost, as Emery mentioned, we had our interview for the Step Forward grant. We do feel pretty good about it. In fact, we were not entirely sure what this grant award could possibly be, but during the interview, it was actually their team that mentioned the possibility of 200,000. So that's probably a little bit higher than maybe we were thinking, which is a great thing. But as for the call itself, it went well. There was a team of about 5 on their side, and then Emery and I were there, and they answered about 30 minutes worth of questions. They asked us about 30 minutes worth of questions. We luckily had done our preparation before, and we were ready. We were ready for those questions, and I think we complemented each other. Emery took the lead, and then I supported with a little bit of data and some statistics. I feel that they were pretty satisfied. In fact, they gave us some verbal feedback at the time, and then they asked us for a little bit of written feedback, which we were able to provide yesterday. So as far as grants go, this is a very positive step in the right direction, and it gets us even closer. There's always an opportunity, there's always a chance that we may not win the grant. But so in this case, we don't just settle and rest on the fact that we'll get this one. We just keep going and pursuing more. So as Emery mentioned, we'll be working on the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation grant soon. The only other updates I have are what you can see, just that we are continuing to identify grants. We are continuing to reach out to six-figure donors, potential six-figure donors. And yeah, those are my major updates. If you have any questions, please ask if it's about the grant or anything else. Other than that, thank you for your understanding that I am out of town at the moment.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Andre. We don't have any questions, so we can move to the next one, which is human resource updates, and it will be presented by Daud.
Hello, everyone. This week, try to manage the finalized education squad contracts for the new hires as well as the social university their contracts. By next week, hopefully we're going to finalize sending their contract and we're going to receive it. And the other one, escalate parts 2 and 3 contracts. Finally, we managed to finalize, and I'm going to send it out tonight or until Monday. The other one is we plan to reach out to new hospitals for potential agreement with the corporate level. Unfortunately, because we have a lot of visitors as well as investors this week, we cannot manage it. But we tried to reach out to last week hospitals, and they responded to us. They are willing to open with us. So the road is still open. So if we find appropriate method or solution, can work with them. Next week, it's going to be update contract for new hires. And in the meantime, we're going to schedule flights
from Addis to Kigali. So for those who are going back to Ethiopia and back to Kigali, reach out to me and we're gonna have discussion on that. Hopefully Monday we're gonna finalize this. The other one is reach out to new hospitals next week. One plan is to do that. Me and Ben is gonna reach out to new hospitals. Those who are potentially gonna work with us. We're gonna do that. The other one is finalizing performance evaluation documents for team leads. I already sent to you the documents. Review it. If you have any comments or any potential updates you need from the documents, reach out to me or you can comment on the document. I give you comment access. Make sure that to comment on it. On Monday, we're going to have one more review during the tail meeting. So make sure that to review the document and prepare for tail meeting weekly. If you have any question or comments, nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Dave, for the updates on human resource. Next, we have finance updates, and Benis will be presenting it.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to present finance department. First of all, I'm going to talk about our weekly wins, and after I talk about our weekly plan. For A2SV daily report and daily expenses, we already done it, and we are planning to keep finishing the salary payment. For the salary payment is going to be coming through the ground operation for those who didn't receive it for the previous one. By next week, for the weekly plan, we are planning to keep doing the daily report and daily expense for A2SV ground operation, and we are going to be in the salary week payment. Thank you very much. If there is any question, you can ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Benis. So next we have marketing updates, and before our updates, as usual, we have 3 posts of the week. You can find the links on our Slack general channel or on the meeting message and on YouTube comments. So everyone, please go to the links and engage with the posts. The first is the A2SV London Gala video. So we have prepared a very beautiful video of the highlights on the London Gala. So we have that, and the second is escalate job opportunities. So as Dev mentioned, we have 2 opportunities for escalate, the JavaScript and Python opportunities. So this deadline has been extended. So if you guys all repost and engage with it so that it can reach to those people who needs and fits for the job. And the third one is educational carousel on adult. So you can go to the links and engage with them. So while you guys are doing that, we can move to the marketing updates. So let me start with the wins, and I'm going to go to the plans of the marketing updates. So when we start with the wins, so for A2SV, we had the London Gala highlights video, and we finalized the G7 remote education updates and the team video. So after Embrace approval, we'll be publishing them. And for adults, we've posted the educational carousel involving menstruation. And for Escalate, we promoted the 2 job opportunities as well as for IQ. And on AfroChat, we have a post that promotes the newly added models, AI models, and we'll be publishing it. SkillBridge, we have 3 mistakes students make usually on exams. So after an approval, we'll be publishing that as well. And for Dime, we have a normal promotion that involves touching the pain points of our users. And for Rated, we've posted feature highlights and a promo video. So when we see the plans for next week for A2SV, we'll be having a success story. For Ahmed, it's going to be a video. And we're going to have a post that welcomes our new QR as well, Jones. And for Akil, we're going to have a promo video, a simple and creative promo video. For adults, we're going to do a video of frequently asked questions on maternity. with Dr. Fitzum, and for Dime, we're gonna have a general promotion, Carazol, and for AfroChat, we're gonna promote the new or the latest version of AfroChat, and for Rated, we're gonna have a quiz and a general promotion, and SkillBridge, we're gonna have a discussion video between the product manager and the team lead, and for Escalate, we're gonna have an Escalate milestone statistics kind of post. So I hope you all engaged with the posts of the week. We can move to the next part, which is Ethiopian education updates, and it will be presented by Desale.
Okay, hi everyone. I will be presenting the Ethiopian education update post G7 first year and then G6 second year. From the wins, we were able to give 3 lectures last week: prefix some lecture, linked list first, and linked list to lecture. And then we have shared a A2SV companion extension with the students. It will help them to track their submissions and make it easier for them to engage with it. And the other one is we were able to give Ramadan separate compensation session for both G7 students and also for the G6 project members. And the other one is we were able to finish the 5th round of internal interview. And the next step is going to be having another internal interview contest and internal interview for the remaining students. And the other one is we have last week we have started the PRD development, and most of the projects are moving with that for the backend team. And the other one is for the web and the mobile team. They were working on the logo design. We were able to collect different logo designs from each students, and we were able to select some of them. And then as a plan, we will be having reviews on the logo designs next week. So for the plans for the G7 first year, we want to give lectures, stack lectures, cubes, and monotonicity lectures, and also greedy lecture. And the other one is we want to have an how to approach session on a specific problem so that students can understand how experienced heads can approach a new problem, and then how they should think when they are faced with a new kind of problem. Another one is, as usual, we will be having a separate Ramadan compensation session. And we want to have a logo review session from the students from the generated logo designs. We want to select some of them and also having a review on it. And then depending on the feedback, we might change them. And the other one is we want to start Figma designs, especially components that are common to most of the projects, like landing page, login page, and the like. And the other one is we want to continue with the PRD development we're currently having on. So these are the plans in the wins and the plans we have for the G6 and the G7 data education update. If there are any questions, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Desaling, for the updates on Ethiopian education. Next, we have remote education updates, and Nahom will be presenting it.
Okay, thank you, Nardos. So I'll be presenting the wins and the plans for both G6 and G7 remote education. Let me get started with G6 updates. So for G6 project phase, this week we finalized the Figma design updates, and we were planning to set up a review meeting this week, but because we couldn't find the time that works best for the team and with Brooke as well, we decided to have this review meeting on Monday. So that is one update. And on another note, we had internal interview contest, our second round of internal interview contest. There were 6 participants on this round, and 3 of them managed to pass the internal interview. And there will be the internal interview contest, and they will be participating on the internal interviews next week. And when we come to G7 remote education updates, we started the week off with contest analysis and top performance recognition session. So to expand on the top performance recognition session, we are picking top performers of the last week from each of the group, and they are being recognized. And the way that they've been selected is their stats on consistency, completion, contest performance, and attendance. And then another set of top performers are top performers on the contest that is held on Saturday. So we select three of the students that did well on the contest, and those are recognized and honored. So we did that on Monday, and then on Tuesday we delivered our 2 pointers lecture. It went great. The lecture recordings for all the groups have been made and have been uploaded to our drive. And we had moonwalks and pair programming sessions. So this week we actually had two moonwalks. I believe the second moonwalk is going to happen on today's session, and pair programming session as well. And on another note, we have finalized the preparation for the A2SV wide contest. The contest has been prepared and it has been shared with the respective squads. So they would just have to update the time on which the contest is held, and that should be it. And we are planning to have the contest tomorrow, as usual, on the remote education side. And then the first round of one-on-ones, they are still in progress. They're going to be finalized over the weekend. We had a review over this, and so far, 80% of the one-on-ones have been completed. And we have one-on-ones scheduled for today and tomorrow as well. And over the weekend, we plan to get the percentage even higher. And we also conducted our weekly contest, both G6 and G7, as planned for last week. So those are the wins on both G6 and G7. And when we come to the plans, we will have our review session on Monday. Yeah, it's going to be the final review session for the Figma designs. And of course, continue on with some development tasks on schema designs and things of that sort that the backing teams are currently working on. So that is also part of the plan. And we'll be delivering sliding window lecture. And right after that, there's going to be a how to approach session. This is going to be our first how to approach session for G7. And it's going to come in handy for the sliding window topic since it's a bit nuanced. And there are certain techniques that the students will need to go over. And the how to approach session is planned for that. We will also be having a trial programming session. Trial programming session is a special type of session in remote education. It was designed to mimic the atmosphere that the in-person education have, where two or three students that sit next to one another, like communicate, ask one another questions, or communicate when they're stuck. And we try to mimic this on a remote setting where we put them in a breakout room and they can like turn on their mic and ask one another when they get stuck and things of that sort. So we have this planned. This is also the first time we are having it on our first education phase. And we'll also be having our weekly contest for both G7, for both G6 and G7. So yeah, those are the wins and the plans on our end. If there are any questions, please feel free.
Okay. I don't think there are questions. Thank you, Naum, for the updates on remote education. Next, we have the core dev updates, and the first one is rated, and it will be presented by Beza.
Thank you, Nordi. For our wins, we managed to index restaurants about 120 plus, but as Emery mentioned, with Cloud Code, we managed to inject about 1,000. And we updated the live search feature on mobile, increased the test coverage by 6% on web, and also fixed menu bugs on backend and mobile. We've also prepared a 2-month plan and a documentation on redesign, which is still in progress. And for our plans, we plan to finalize the documentation for redesign migrate from Firebase Deep Link to Uplink, have a review session on restaurant onboarding feature, increase the test coverage on the web, mobile, and the backend, and also continue injecting restaurants to the database. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bess, for the updates on Rated. Next, we have updates on AQ, and it will be presented by Yosef.
Okay, everyone, how are you doing? So for this week, for Akil, we've set up GitHub projects management and agile workflow for the code base. The web team have upgraded the Next.js version of the application, also utilizing its server-side rendering capabilities. We've implemented a day's lift value for opportunities in the detail view as well as their card description. Also added a flexible hour option for for organizations when they are creating job opportunities. We've resolved the critical issue affecting the loading of opportunity details as well as job application forms for unsigned users. We've improved the CSV export functionality for applicants to include all data such as resume score. We've also added some numerical statistics to the system dashboard, post and promote new job opportunities, as well as updating the landing page to ensure it's fully responsive on mobile devices. For next week, we plan to re-implement the organization representatives management with the newly updated workflow and UI, re-implement and simplify the organization sign-up and onboarding process, finish up the implementation of the new job application portal for applicants on the mobile, add a new role called private client, which will be complementary to organizations, but for smaller clients, feature to import job opportunities from other platforms using AI. We'll continue to post and promote new job opportunities, and we also plan to deploy all latest versions for all platforms. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yosef, for the updates on AQ. Next, we have updates from adults, and it will be presented by Galila.
Okay, thank you, Nardos. So for this week, we have updated and customized the pitch deck, and we finalized the edit insight dynamism. We've also implemented the deep translation on our chatbot to answer in all our languages. We've increased text coverage across mobile, backend, and web, all within 3%. We've also implemented notification redirection to chat screen. We've added all social media links to chatbot replies. We have updated our database with the reviewed translations, and we've made a social media post. And things that are in progress are sign up user story integration and initiating Google Accelerator program application. And for next week, we plan to meet Professor Madeline and Mr. Andrew. We'll prepare consistent medical contents, continue deep medical review, continue with the regular social media posts, and working on the test coverage. And we'll be working on the community engagement features. If you have any questions, you're welcome. Otherwise, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Galila, for the updates on adult. Next, we have updates on AfroChat, and it will be presented by Mentasnot.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I'll start with the wins and we'll move on to the plans. So the first win we have for this week is we grouped the LLM models on their family name. So to simplify the way the users choose the models, we grouped the models based on their family name. The second one is we added new models from Gemini and Gemma models. So we have few latest models from Gemini and Gemma. And the next one is we configured and tested the response time using open telemetry parameters and Jaeger. So these are the tools we have configured to our backend to measure the response time of the models. So so to figure out where like the delay of the response is happening, and to optimize the response time of the models. The next one is we reviewed the tools and fix UI UX and functionality issues from the mobile side. The next one is we increased the test coverage. For the mobile, we are able to increase by 10%. From the backend side, we are able to increase by 2%. The next one is we deployed the latest update of our mobile to App Store and Play Store. The next one are the tasks we didn't manage to complete this week. So from the website, we didn't complete. We didn't manage to complete describe image editor, and summarize document, and UI scrapper tools. So we will continue the next week. Another one is deploying the web and testing and deploying 11 labs for voice-to-voice feature. So the plans we have for the next week are the first one is publishing social media post. The second one is continue integrating latest models and new providers. So we have other models we are going to add in the next week. So we'll continue integrating those new latest models. The next one is testing and deploying 11 labs for voice-to-voice feature. So we have voice-to-voice feature, but we are working we are working on improving the response time of the application. So we are working on deploying 11 labs locally in our application. The next one is deploying the web, and the last one is optimizing the speed of LLM responses by fixing the issues we find out in our test. So we we figured out some issues that are making the delay. So we are going to optimize, or we are going to work on fixing those issues. So yeah, that's all. Any question?
Okay, thank you for the updates, Mente. Next, we have updates on Dime, and Emmanuel will be presenting it.
Okay, everyone. I hope I'm audible. So I'll be presenting our weekly wins and plans for the next week. So let me start from the wins, and we were able to have a review session with Emre on both our mobile and web apps. We have increased our backing test coverage up to 60%, and we had a landing page design review with Brooke. So, and the next one is we have added currency on the exchange rate graph on our mobile app. On the graph, I mean, so on the line graph, we were able to edit the line graph to show the currency, the specific currency. And so we have also worked on the comments given by Emre on both the mobile and the web. So this will continue on the plans. I'll come up to that. So we have also researched on the Apple Pay and Google Pay integration. So we will start working on it starting from the next week. So we have been working on Stripe payment integration research. So we will continue this work also in the next week. So so as I mentioned earlier, we will continue working on the comments given by Emre on the review session we had. And so we will also work on polishing our landing page based on the comments given. And we will research how we can retrieve card information based on the new technologies that was mentioned on the review session by Emre. And we will also continue enhancing our test coverage on both on all our on the backend web and mobile. And so we will also add filter on transaction page, specifically on the mobile app. And the next one is, as I mentioned earlier, we will continue researching on the Stripe payment integration. and the FDI payment integration, which is specific to Momo. So yeah, this is what we have. If anyone has questions or comments, let me hear it, or let's continue. Okay, thank you.
Next, we have Escalate, and Adolf will be presenting it.
Thank you. My name is Adolf. I'm going to present both wins and the plans for Escalate. This week, we've been able to enhance the security of the backend by adding some validations. We also continue to work on API documentation using Swagger. Uh, we started to hire for the batch 4 for both Python and TypeScript or JavaScript. We continue to work on client side on both web and mobile, and we've been able to set up Kanban board on GitHub, and we started using it this week. And for the plans, we will continue to work on client client side for both mobile and web. We will continue to increase our test coverage on all platforms, and the database optimization. We have an issue with database with the GCP credentials. We are planning to fix that this week, and also we will assess and fit out and start the interview for batch 4 top performers. After that, we will have discussion with the selected candidates, and we will onboard the selected candidates. Thank you. Is there any question?
Thank you, Adolf. Next, we have skill bridge updates, and Julius will be presenting.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'll be presenting on behalf of Skillbridge. This week we initiated the hire for a new intern. We have already sent out the assessment. Yesterday was a deadline for them to turn in the assessment. We will initiate a review of that assessment and conduct interview hopefully next week. Our quality control is getting a little bit of mature, if I would say that, in a sense that our procedures and our processes, we are getting control of it. That was a real help for us from the initial state, but at least now that it's getting a little bit mature. Endpoint integration on the learning path of the web, it's almost finished. We had a couple of bugs and blocker on our task that involves the backend, but thanks to the team, we had combined session all through this week, and we're able to resolve that. Hopefully next week it should be finally resolved. API integration sync backend, that's related to the initial task that's been happening all along this week, just to fix the learning path. So apart from the learning path, everything on our web portal, it's working except the learning path that's a blocker. So it's ready for testing. In that light, we have initiated the testing for the web. Hasset is doing a testing from the user perspective. So she's doing testing with all of the features except the learning path, which is having some issues. So as she's finding any issue or bug, she logs it to our backlog, and then we go in and fix it. We fixed the staging environment deployment issue. It's not 100% the way we really want it to be. I think we trying to get ourselves out of the rabbit hole of professionalism. So due to that, we can say that is done. Also, we succeeded in setting up our Kanban board, and we automated our entire flow. Everything on our Kanban board gets to be moved automatically based on PRs and here and there. So that was done. We set up the configuration for the custom domain. We had our domain first pointing to the old configuration. We had the old website. Now we have pointed it to the right one. There are just some hiccups that we have to go in and fix that I saw this morning. For our plans for next week, we're going to continue our endpoint integration of the learning path. That's the major blocker, and then fix issues. Hopefully this weekend, as Hassan will be testing, I will also be testing. When we find issues, we'll log them, and we can fix that next week. The custom domain for web API and admin, as you can see on the wings, is done, but not 100%. So that's why we have it here to finalize that. The same thing with the mobile app. For mobile app is also working. We've initiated testing. So because our mobile dev doesn't have an iOS, so it doesn't have a Mac, he cannot do the testing that we want him to do. So I've asked Itsup to help us to do that. She's going to set up a flat test flight for iOS. For the Android, we are testing on those who have Android phones, including myself. So the APK, we're generating APK and I'm running on my phone to do the test myself. We're going to continue the new hire next week. API integration sync, like I said, the current point we are right now was a blocker on the learning path. So we are hanging our head, everyone, and making sure we get that fixed. So most of the time we've been doing peer programming, which will continue next week. We're going to deploy the GCP to production with SkillBridge domain name. Hopefully we want, at the end of next week, we can have SkillBridge finalists down. The starter web portal test, user perspective, that's what House is going to be doing. It's going to continue doing that. Deploy mobile app on Play Store and App Store. So hoping at the end of this week, following the agile methodology, the next sprint, we should be able to deploy the current working version on App Store, and then we see any issue, we can log it. We're going to run our first weekly contest after a huge overhaul. It's been very long since we've been running our weekly contest, so we're going to go back to running our weekly contest because currently our custom contest is working. This weekend, we're going to test it, but it locally, just for the team internally. And then next week, we're going to launch our first weekly contest. We're going to have a review of Emery this coming week. It might happen this weekend or early next week. It depends on his availability and mine as well. And we're going to have a review of it. So those are our wins and these are our plans. Thanks to my teammate for the huge support. There's any question, I will take it. Otherwise, give it back to Nados. Guys, you guys make it.
Okay, Julius, thank you for the updates on SkillBridge. Next, we have updates from PrepPro, and this will be presented by Ayub.
So last week we were working on implementing pages related to the schedule setup for mobile, and also the profile page UI was implemented. And for the mobile app, in terms of integration, we were integrating year group and subject endpoints. And for the web, we were working on the new lesson page designs, and we also were changing these designs to mobile mockups. And next week, we plan to continue integration tasks for the mobile app, and also we'll be implementing the newly designed lesson page for the mobile app, and also for the web, we'll be integrating the topic folder with the respective APIs for the web app. And also we'll be finalizing the lesson scheduler logic to map and save a single lesson across multiple class periods for web. So these are our plans for next week. So if you have questions, you are welcome. Otherwise, that's it for PrepPro.
Okay, thank you, Ayub, for the updates on PrepPro. Next, we have updates from IMCI, right? Yeah, IMCI, and then Abigail will be presenting it.
Hello, everyone. This week's wins were we finalized the main authentication integration and modified the web design according to the team's need while implementing the mobile. And on the backend, we fixed issues on the login, on the sign up, and made some changes on the login and OTP verification fields. For next week, we're going to start working on young infant classification integration and test the child tree classification. And on the backend, we're going to be updating the classification and UI, results UI, and update the young infant classification. And that's it from our side. If you guys have any questions, please ask, or else thank you.
Next, we have updates from Hakim Hub, and it will be presented by Aschala.
Okay, hello everyone. So to start from our wins, we have added a fun or more localization on mobile side, and also we have integrated Google Meet on both mobile and web, and backend payment implementation is on progress. A fun or more localization on web as well. So as a plan for the next week, we have planned to complete the payment module in the backend side, adding reviews for hospital, pharmacies, and doctors, and also to complete the Fanroom localization on website. We also will be adding hospitals and pharmacies. Other than that, we have planned to implement admin for hospitals and pharmacies data review, and also to test and complete chat for doctor and patient application on both mobile and web. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aschala, for the updates on Hakim Hub. Next and lastly, we have updates from Bazaar, and it will be presented by Fikra Selassie.
Okay, thank you, Nardos. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful week. First, our wins for this week. We had a review session with the Bazaar team, an internal review session where we discussed the current progress and collected feedback on the UI design. We've also finalized the updates on the Figma file, including the latest design changes for the platform. On the backend side, we completed the session feature endpoint, which handles session-related operations. We also finalized the store workflow, defining the main flow for store-related operations in the system. Moving to our plans for the coming week, we will have a review session with the A2SV team to present the current design and collect additional feedback, especially with Brooke and Emery. We will also address the comments from the review session and update the designs accordingly. Another focus will be implementing the store endpoints, including create, update, delete, and find operations. And finally, we will create the organization workflow for managing organizations within the platform. Also, this week we closely work with the finance and the HR team to process the payment and the contractors for the team. That's all for our wins and plans this week. If you have any question, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, thank you, Fikra Selassie, for the updates on Bazaar. So we have the conclusive remark and quote of the week. Dr. Andre is not here, so Emery.
Well, I believe I spoke a little too much today. I would love to nominate Clement if he is at the office.
He is not. He's not.
Okay.
But we have volunteer, if you agree.
Sure.
Okay. Pascal. Okay, so Pascal will be giving the conclusive remarks and quote of the day today.
Hi. So today's quote, it's one that we discussed during our weekly daily meetings. So it's a quote that's very personal to me. I try to say it every day before I start. So it's from Nike. Just do it. So it's a very simple quote, very easy to understand. Trying to tell you guys to stop overthinking, stop making excuses, and yeah, just do it. So thank you to the online people, to the Kigali people. Thank you so much. Just do it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pascal, and everyone who's joined the Weekly Wins. This was it for today's Weekly Wins. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, team. See you.